I don't know anyone who's really lived the ROI methodology like Nick Terry. He used to be general manager of a large and award-winning UK event agency and now works as an events and engagement consultant. And when we met recently, I asked him a few questions about his ROI journey. Nick, how did it all start?
Well, there's a bit of a backstory really. As a business, we'd analysed where and how we'd done the best job, and that was when we worked with leaders. Secondly, we're in a massively oversupplied marketplace, so we're looking for an edge. And when you're talking to C-suite people, you need to talk their language, and ROI is that. Whilst that thought process was being considered, I saw an advert for a one-day course run by Elling. I think it was 2010, 2011. And that seemed to tick all the boxes. And that's how we started getting involved in ROI.
Can you give any examples of how the ROI training delivered value to your business?
Probably a couple of examples I can think of. First of all, it helped us retain work. There was one particular client where we'd done the full ROI program. In fact, I think the account director had used that as part of her certification course. New chief exec comes in looking for cost savings, try to look at discounting and stopping the event. We had figures to prove this event made a difference. So we kept the work, and I believe they're still working with that client. Secondly, award-winning, I've sat on judge panels as a chair often, and a third of all votes in most awards are linked to proving efficacy. A definite benefit is we started to win awards.
And could you perhaps sum that up in, say, 3 main benefits?
I think there are probably 3 benefits, but they ultimately have all affected and driven the bottom line. I think it's credibility, confidence, and consistency. So when I think about credibility, it gives us a story, it gave us a track record. We could look a client in the eye and say, we can prove we make a difference. Confidence, once you start to build those stories, then you're pitching, you're delivering stories, you're winning work because the whole team believes that it's delivering. And then credibility, I think that's probably one of the major benefits. It meant that we had conversations with the right people. It meant we were engaging the stakeholders because we were challenging them to deliver value in their events and help us to deliver value in their events. So credibility. Those 3 altogether help massively towards the bottom line.
And to achieve this, what level of staff do you think should do the ROI training?
I think seriously, to make a difference to the business, you're looking at somebody who's probably going to be at least account director level, maybe a very good senior account manager due to become an account director. So people who can hold the room at C-suite level. I think unless you've got that track record, you're not going to have the presence.
And finally, Nick, what sort of feedback did you receive from your staff who attended the ROI training program?
I think overall the feedback was really strong and positive. I think people felt they'd been through the ringer a bit and they'd learnt a lot. One individual said it was like a light coming on, and to use a phrase, I think she's described it as it provided her with the cement for the building blocks that she'd been applying intuitively previously. Another individual, particularly talking about the follow-on coaching from the course, highlighted how during that support, she designed a better event. She increased the level and the tide mark of the debate and the individual she was speaking to. So as a result, she ended up feeling that she'd been viewed as a trusted advisor with that client.
If you think that Nick's story has any relevance to your job, irrespective of whether you work for an event agency or a corporation or a not-for-profit organization, go to www.eventroi.org. But beware, this is not just a training course. This is a training program of 6 months or longer, starting with a 2-day course and then followed by my personal coaching for as long as it takes for you to put theory into practice for your events. It's always best to do an in-house training program with the entire team. This is what I did with Nick's company. Or you may attend one of the open training courses and share your experiences with people from other organizations. If you have any questions, just call me anytime. And thank you for watching. I hope to meet you one day.